What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. So today we're going to be talking our weekly thoughts. There's the day after the night before of the Burnley match.
Look at him go.
Gary's spinning a ball. He's loving this, spinning a ball. Anyway, if you are new here, please do like, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Also, there's this new hype thing. So if you I think if you give it a like and then you hit the little star hype icon, I think it helps us. So please do give it. Let's try an experiment. Give us a hype, and we'll let you know if it did anything.
And put us into hyperdrive. Apparently, if anyone knows how the YouTube algorithm actually works, right? Because it just makes it. We're just saying to James, basically, we're all slaves to the labour, aren't we? Just put in thousands of hours. And you get paid 30 pence a month, and in the hope that we get promoted.
Oh God! Anyway, So obviously we gave our post-match thoughts yesterday evening to the game, and we've had a bit of time to think on it, sleep on it, dwell a little bit more. Gary, how are you feeling this morning, other than your dicky tummy?
Yeah. Apart from my dicky tummy, mate, the chip shop around the corner from Villa Park, I think, has poisoned me.
Don't go to classic.
I mean, the kebab meat tastes so nice, but it doesn't look good on the way out, right? So, sorry, apologies. Everyone's just tuned off. Fucking minute and a half show ruined. Mate. I still feel buzzy, mate. I think 4-4 is massive, right? There's lots of things which we'll pick apart in a minute, but overall, 3 weeks ago, we were in a very, very bad place. You know, we hadn't scored a goal. We were looking like, what the fuck's going on? Rodgers looked like he'd down tools. Watkins looked like he'd down tools. There's Martinez. Is he staying? Is he going? Like, it felt like there was something massively wrong within our dressing room, and I didn't see where it was going to improve. And while performances are still got a way to go to be at the levels we were last season, it's been a significant improvement, and we all know this is a results-based industry, so it doesn't really matter how we're playing as long as we're winning, right? And so for 4 games in a row, it feels like a little bit of weight's been lifted, which means I think we'll have a knock-on effect for confidence to grow, and it's a big test now after the international break with those 3 fixtures coming up: Spurs, City, and Liverpool. But I'm a little bit gutted that we've got a 2-week break, because I think going into those games with momentum would have been brilliant. And now we've got.
I've titled this video something like "It's the worst."
England suck.
It's something like, it's the worst time. Like, it's the worst timing it could be is for us to be hitting this international break right now. We've just had one. We had one 3-4 weeks ago, and that was
the point of it. No disrespect to the beautiful people of Wales, but who wants to play that friend? It's a friendly. If it was a World Cup qualifier, fine. But it's just a pointless game of football, right? Where Morgan Rodgers is probably going to have his head turned by Cole Palmer to go to Chelsea, and he'll come back. Shit, it's going to disrupt our flow. I'm not for it. Fucking England does my head in now. There's pointless, stupid 2 international breaks at the start of the season. Get rid of them. Don't have it. Like, the World Cup's next year. Start your fucking preparation in January or fucking whatever. Do you know what I mean? Fucking.
Yeah. They'd be better off. They'd be better off just going, right, let's bundle it all together and put it all later in the season, or whatever point in the season, so that the international coaches also get like an actual time of getting with these players, doing these things they need to do, rather than just like a week here and there randomly.
Well, I get it. The World Cup qualifiers, fine, right? Because you've got to play a certain amount of games that need to qualify for the tournament. Not a problem with them, right? Get them in, but that means you could have had an international break now, right? So we'd have had 8 straight games played, right? And that would have been better.
Would be like sharper as well. They'll have got into the season. They'll be sharper. They're less likely for injuries. They'll be,
Why are we a country that just wants to fuck up the national team? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just we don't have winter breaks. We don't spread out the fixtures well enough. Like, we're tricking in friendlies against Wales and Andorra for what, man? Like, what the. I don't even watch international football, mate. I mean, I watch the World Cup because I love the tournaments, because it's always a good vibe. But international football has fallen off a cliff for me, and I think it's kind of partly because of Gareth Southgate. And I know this will divide everybody, because they all loved how far we got in tournaments. He's the most successful England manager. No, he's not, right? Just because unless he wins anything, that's not success, is it? Right? Oh, we've improved, brilliant. Look at the team we've had. Look at the players we've got. We should have fucking dominated and won everything. And the fact we've won nothing because we play football not to lose under Gareth Southgate, right? Which is what scared me at the start of the season for the Villa. We were playing to try and not lose and not go out and win. What fucking mentality is that? It's football. You go and try and win a football match. I've on a rant. Scazzy's rant Monday morning. Fuck England, right? I will see you at the World Cup. Stop fucking putting shitty international breaks in the Premier League season when we're trying to build something. I guess I just prefer the club over the country, mate. Sorry.
Top quality content that you should definitely be hyping. So make sure you hit that hype button. Hype that malarkey. Anyway, I've got some GIFs. I've got some moving images. So once again, caveat as always, this might get cut. So if this gets cut and all of a sudden I'm just going and then talking about, whatever, it's because it's had to be cut because otherwise the video's got blocked.
It's because of the magic of the YouTube algorithm that one day will go, that's perfectly fine. But this time you've got a Coke can in the back of one of the persons.
I am thinking though with this one that I might, if it does get blocked, I'm gonna fight it rather than
let's fight it, mate, because I think this is reasonable use. It's footage that's already out there. We're not playing it live. It's talking about it.
Like, we're talking about YouTube. it. We're not just playing the goals. So let's just get onto it. So this obviously really nice turn for Morgan Rogers. I actually thought Morgan Rogers was better.
Much better, mate. Much better. Just lacking in confidence in front of goal. But
Marlon and Watkins.
Yeah, well, mate.
This is it, mate. He does really well to spin really quickly. But like I said to you off air, I actually think that his touch was wrong. His touch should have come this way. Come back to hit it with his right. And he's done this.
I mean, it's all in one motion. The ball is slightly behind him. So I mean, that's probably a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
But the finish is poor. Like he's not composed. He's just swung his foot at it. And this is what we go week in, week out, mate. Like I thought yesterday, I thought he was really good in the first half, Watkins. I thought he really, like, his movement was excellent, and he was kind of he dropped deep and spanning like 3 or 4 times, and he was one-on-one. If Torres, Kamara, Buendia, they all had opportunities to play the ball into him and didn't play it, right? So he got maybe a bit. I can understand his frustration with that.
Why do you think that is, though? Do you think that's just they didn't feel confident or didn't play it, or do you think?
I don't know. I think Emery's got a 10 pass rule, mate. Can only go forward.
Do you think some of the players are losing a bit of faith in Ollie?
Yeah, maybe. Look, I don't know, but if you look at that, if you go actually, you make one run fine, the ball doesn't come, but you're making 3 or 4 and the ball doesn't come. It's even Martinez to the point where he does his usual goal kick quite accurately. Like there was a moment where in the first half, Ollie went and it didn't come, and he dropped back deep, and then Emery then played the ball, and he was kind of one-on-one. I thought if you'd have played it first time, he'd have been in the momentum of getting past the defender. Now they ended up going 50-50 with the defender and didn't win the ball. But so I don't know. It's just maybe, but I felt for him because I thought he worked really hard, and then that chance, like I said to Chris, it's in front. I was like, he usually scores though. That's a hard chance because he's swiveling, right? Yeah. But if you look at it, just look at it there very quickly. He's not composed. He's literally just swinging his foot at it. Watch, he's just leaning. There's no composure there. And I stand by this. I'll die by the sword that he's just not a clinical striker. I said this to, even when I talked to Ava, because Ava plays up front, and I go, look, it's about you being calm in those scenarios. That's your bread and butter. So when anything in and around the box, don't panic. You're good. You've got good technique. Just make sure you get good connection. And it's like he switches off at the last minute. Do you know what I mean? It's like he does everything right, and he's got a great. And then at the last he's just. I can't explain it. Like the only way I can explain it, like to you, if you've ever played football with someone who's so passionate about football, right, and works really hard for your team, but just can't get the basics down. Like they got the ball and there's a 5-yard pass in front of them, and they'll shoot at somebody to try and control it, or they're in front of goal and they're just and you go, I don't understand what you see. What in that moment, what happens? Like you do everything right to the build-up, but the moment that you have to be composed, you can't shoot. Like your ability just falls out the window. I've watched players like you see them on the sideline, they're doing all these fancy tricks, and it comes like they're in front of goal, simple tackling, and leaning back, and the ball goes up Rose Edge. You go, what the fuck? Like it's just like, and for me, I know this is hypercritical. I say it every week on this fucking show, and it always causes divide. But like you're a professional footballer, right? You. It's not as if you turn up on a Saturday just on a Sunday and playing once a week. You are training week, day, hours, minutes by minute, like should be working on this shit. Why doesn't it improve? I don't understand. Unless, right, you just haven't got the ability. So that's the conclusion I come. And it's not even.
He's got the ability. He just doesn't have the mental confidence right now to do it.
Yeah,
he's got the ability. We've seen it
about right now. 33 times he did that last season.
Yeah, no, but mate, we've seen it. But even though he did it 33 times, he still scored 16.
No, I'm again hypercritical. He has got quality, but he's just not consistent enough. And when the chips are down, thankfully that didn't cost us the game. But there's moments like that do cost us games, and if that had been the only chance against Man City, and you miss that, you go, and then you lose the game, you go, fucking hell, Ollie, you score that. And we had that so many times last year. It's the same with Rodgers yesterday, mate. I thought Rodgers had probably his best game of the season yesterday, if I'm honest, thinking about it. Like, movement was good. He was definitely working a little bit harder. He was trying to close stuff down. He had moments. It's just confidence. Like, if he could have scored a goal yesterday, and he was in great positions 4 or 5 times yesterday, where he was on the edge of the area, and he could have shot, and he didn't. Like, we're all going, what is going on? Like, Rodgers of last year would have just tried it. Like, there was one, he took one shot in the second half and he was too far out. It was probably too straight. It was too predictable and Dubravka saved it. But do you remember that goal he scored against Brentford last year? He was on the edge of the area and he just curled it into the far corner. He was in exactly the same position yesterday and he played a square pass to McGinn. And
he just needs that goal, doesn't he? It's that bit of confidence. Catch is starting to bang him from anywhere. You see him getting the ball whenever he's running a goal now, or running from that angle. I'm like, he's going to hit this because he scored a couple, and so he's like going to hit it, and he almost did. It was a fantastic save from Dubravka. Obviously, it took a deflection, but what a save that was from Cash. But anyway, on to the next GIF. This is the goal. Lovely pass from Kamara. But
mate, again, we're going to have to praise Watkins and Rodgers and Torres. That was a brilliant bit of play there. Yeah, great touch, and that is it's just what are Burnley doing? Right, it's a great goal for us, but I'm worried for Burnley because they came out and tried to press us high. And look at this. That is,
I don't know why they're doing it.
Is that a back three? They're so far apart, mate. The space is unreal. Yeah. It's really that naive.
That was the thing that we was really, really surprised at. We thought that they were going to come, be really compact, park the ball a little. But they actually came to play, and it played into our hands because once it's 1-0, it's very. We've said this before about Villa. If we can get ahead, generally, it plays into our hands, and we can.
There's 2 ways to play against us. You put the low block in, or you press us. And I would say 9 times out of 10, please come and try and press us because we're better at coping with that than we are trying to break a team down. I just think from Burnley's perspective, if they want to stay in this league, mate, you've got to do it to survive the first season so you can get players in. You've got to fucking pack your penalty area, play counter-attacking football. Especially it's the only way. Away from home, it was so bizarre. Because all the stuff we picked apart on Friday when we're talking about what the threat was, they didn't do it. This was, I think, the only chance they had. I think.
Yeah, it was Cullen.
Remember? Fucking brilliant save, by the way.
Really good save. They never gave us a great angle. I was expecting that angle from behind where you can see him palm it.
Yeah.
So the amount of times I was watching, I was going, has he even saved it? I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Well, mate, at the game, I thought that just went wide. Initially, it happened that quickly. And then everyone was like, oh no, he saved it. And then they didn't show a replay. So seeing that back, it would have been nice to see it from behind the goal. But I don't know, Martinez's body language for me, mate. I think I don't know, it's not the same.
It's a bit sheepish.
He's a bit sheepish. He is. Yesterday as well. Again, we mentioned it on the show. The captain's armband went to Konza instead of him. I think he could be going in January, mate. The fact that he hasn't played in Europe, and I think he can be cup tied, but it's so weird that's.
Yeah, that's interesting actually.
He had a calf strain on Thursday, but he plays on Sunday. If you had a calf strain, mate, you went risking that 3 days later. It's too risky. One kick and you fucking whole thing tears, and you're out for months. So
it is a bit odd.
Very odd.
And then this was actually one of Rodgers' chances. It's actually a really good save from Dubravka. But it's a lovely link-up play between the 3 of them. Lovely link-up.
Yeah.
Nice little flick from Ollie. Unlucky with Marlon, and then
like I say, mate. That looks even better a save now. I've seen it from that angle. From where I saw, I thought he should have scored, but I think he hit his arm. Really big, and it's a really good save. But mate,
he's out so quick. Look how fast he's out.
Yeah,
straight out.
Dubravka was excellent yesterday. He made four 5 saves yesterday that kept them in the game, and it could have been a very different scoreline. But what I really liked about yesterday, and it just shows how very little I know about tactical formations and football, really, and we are just spieling bullshit, right? Is that because we've all had this issue when McGinn gets pushed out to the right. So when I saw the starting lineup, Bogard, Kamara, and McGinn, I thought, no, he's going to play out on the right, and that's going to nullify him. But actually, what it did was because I think we said at the game, like, oh, if Marlon's playing on the right hand side, is he going to give Cash the cover like Gesson does? And that, obviously he wasn't, and he wasn't the role. So McGinn did that brilliantly because you know that's what he's going to get. He didn't get on the ball nowhere near as much as he has in the last 2 games, but I thought McGinn yesterday, again, the work rate, the energy levels were all there, but it enabled this pocket of space with Rodgers and Marlon to operate a bit more freely, and we got them on the ball, and that turn for the Watkins chance from Rodgers, brilliant. Marlon did it 3 or 4 times where he got the ball in between the lines and he turned and he just fucking ran at them, and they absolutely shit themselves. It was brilliant, really good.
Yeah. And then, I mean, because that what you talked about there, that space is what gave us this goal. Because Bogart makes a nice little pass in. Rodgers got space to run into. What a hit! Mate,
just watch this on repeat.
I tell you what, right? We've been crying for Watkins and Marlon to play together for ages, because what happens here is the defenders don't know what to do because Watkins is running down that side. Marlon's got the space. If you play it to either of them, I actually say if you play it to Watkins, he probably won't score. No, but you play it to Marlon there. What a hit that is! That's just instinctive. Early.
It's absolutely fabulous. The touch and the bang. It's just, mate. It was like a rocket as well. We had a great angle of that. We're right behind that where we sit, aren't we? And as soon as it set up, I was like, thunder bastard. It was fucking. It was like, mate, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. But like, and that little passage of play, like that's where you need Rodgers. That's where he's most effective. That's what and that was brilliant. That was a brilliant piece of play, and it was, like I say, it was his best performance. I just wish there was a little bit more confidence in front of goal for him, because he just seemed to panic like in certain times and not do what Rodgers did last season. Like I say, anywhere in and around the box last year, he was just pinging shots and having a go, and now he's not doing that. I don't know if he's been told, because we all know Emery doesn't like us to shoot outside the area, so it could be that. I don't know, but promising signs, mate. Hopefully, like I say, this international break's not going to fuck him up by being around the England squad. Because
I just always worry about injuries. I always worry.
Yeah.
Needless games, and someone picks up a niggle or some crappy challenge from a Welsh player or something, or they're a bit too up for it and they're getting stuck.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
I don't know what you're doing. Like that,
mate, I just did my little daily drive time thing when I have to drop out from school, and I was just literally, when you get that a genuine sense of dread, like I think I said in the video, please God, don't let anyone get injured. That's all I care about international football for. Do you know what I mean? Please don't play. Too cool. If you don't want to play Rodgers, if you don't want to play Watkins, I'm happy. I am happy. Don't do it. Do you know what I mean? So,
I was going to ask about because injuries and he's one of our injured players coming back, but we were talking before about Tielemans. And how does he get back in? I actually put it on the Finalysis thread yesterday, saying,
I saw that, mate. I gave you a thumbs up.
But does he come back in? How does he handle this? I know we spoke about this yesterday, and I was saying, I don't think he should walk straight back in. I think he has to earn his place, or I think someone has to have a bad game for him to come back in. But what are your thoughts on Tielemans? Because he's such a player that can unlock a team.
I mean, I think it's a headache, like one that I
don't want him to play Bogard and Kamara and play him in that 10, because I think he needs to play deeper.
No, this is if he comes back, it's sacrificing one of them, and it'll probably be Bogard, right? Because
it's a shame, isn't it?
Like I say, what happened yesterday worked for us. I think that's the way we've got to try and play. Like we've spoke about this at the start of the season. Like I said to you, there's no connection up front. It looks like they're strangers. Yet yesterday it really worked really well. They clicked. There was moments of passages of play where it worked, and that's what you want to see. So that was really positive, and I think that's the way we should approach games, because that's the way we play. We don't really change the way we play. That's Emery's way. What we've said, we need more tempo, a bit more pace, and we need them to connect. And that happened. Okay, it was against Burnley, who he made it pretty easy for us to play that way. That won't happen against Spurs, City, and Liverpool. That will be closed down quicker. But the the theory is the same, really. And so those two holding is really important. And we know that Tielemans, I mean, I want to say he's probably better than Bogard doing that. But yesterday, Bogard was sensational, mate. I think he did it really well. And you go, it's a headache that Emery's got. But I think he's already stuck with Bogard. Like, he dropped Kamara, didn't he, for the Fulham
Yeah, he did,
game?
yeah.
You know, Bogard could be in favour. And I think, like you just said, as long as he's playing well, then Tielemans has got to earn that place. Now, obviously, we've got massive amount of fixtures coming up, so he may well play Tielemans. He's got to get minutes. He's coming back from I think it's a thigh injury, isn't it? So Emery won't probably throw him back in anyway. I don't think he will. Maybe we'll see him in the European games for some minutes, to get him back in. And then, like you say, if one of them has a bad game, then you've justified in replace. That's the pressure they're under. They've just got to perform, and that's
why you have a squad. That's why you have these
squad.
That's why you have these players.
Mate, it's a great headache because, like you say, Tielemans was our best player last year, and we need him in the team because we know we can unlock defences, and more importantly, there's a goal in there or two. Do you know what I mean? And we need goals from midfield. We can't just solely rely on Rodgers and Watkins, and now maybe Marlon to score goals. We need help. You know, Gasson's got to start to do a bit more going forward. He's worked really hard in the last few games, and he came on. He put another shift in. You know, but he didn't. He wasn't really effective on the ball. You know, he's obviously clearly happy to work. I love that, and this isn't the criticism. Like, players can take 12 months to set into the Premier League. Like, I think he's got some time in the bank, and as long as he's working hard and doing the defensive stuff, then I'm happy to persevere. But you know, McGinn's already done it this season. You know, 3 and 4. You know, if he can get up to 5, 6, 7 goals, if Tielemans, like it could be. That's the thing we've severely lacked in the last two seasons. So, let's hope that. Like, it's a big headache, but yeah, you know, if you're Bogard sitting on there and Tielemans walks straight back into that team, you're going to be fucking gutted, aren't you? Because what more can you do?
He's probably, you know, and I think, like you said, whether he gets some minutes against Go Ahead Pigeons or whoever.
No, the Go Ahead Seagulls.
Yeah, Go Ahead Seagulls. Yeah, that's so good.
I'm still believing it's a made-up team. Let's watch it again. Boom.
And then obviously this was their goal, so it's a bit of a shame because we were kind of cruising and we didn't look like we were giving up any.
This is something that we've got to work on because it happened last season.
Look at Concert. Like, I've never seen such a crybaby response. Like, I don't believe it, jumping about like a mentalist.
But mate, this is bullshit zonal marking, right? Because it's like everyone could go, oh, whose area is that? No, so it's no one's. But I think it's disappointing that we've done this again. Like, you can see that we switch off. We were absolutely in control for 70, 75 minutes of that game, mate. Like, and I was thinking, let's get a goal difference. But then after the second goal, we just switched off. Like, from the lead up to that goal, that the corner it came from was terrible. It was. Cash had a good game yesterday again, but I stand by this. And like, he positionally, he switches off and he comes in narrow and he leaves the opportunity for that crossfield ball to be played, and he backs himself. I get it, to kind of defend, but like, that ball's played and he has an opportunity just to cushion the header back to Martinez, and he decides to flick it. I think it's out for a throw-in or to their player. I can't remember. But that then directly leads to the corner being conceded. And we just switched off. And again, you go back to that Sunderland game with the goal that they scored. What's going on? Why are we standing still and watching 3 players attack a ball without any challenge?
That one was bizarre. That's a completely different thing. But yeah, it's just frustrating because it was like I said, we were cruising.
No, different goal, but same concept, mate. Like, you're in an area, in your own area, and you're switched off. You're not switched on. It's fucking basic 101. Even if you're doing zone marking, which I hate, by the way, because it allows shit for that to happen, right? Like, when you've got big lads attacking you from corners, just fucking mark them. Mark the big fellas. Do you know what I mean? Then have zonal marking for the rest. I don't understand.
It's also
special. Again, is it?
But it is
fucking just let them have a free header.
But it's that situation again where we know that we lack that aerial prowess without Mings on the pitch. Also without Onana. He's massive at defending corners and stuff. He's just a massive bloke.
Mate. Well, it made for a nervy ending though, didn't it? And
it was frustrating, and it meant that we made all these weird changes as well. Mate,
can someone in the comments explain to me what happened with the substitutions yesterday? Because I was literally at the game going,
it was bizarre. It was like, it was like when you know, when like you're chasing the game, right, and you don't know what to do, so you just throw all your attacking players on. It was the same kind of thing, but just he was putting anyone on.
Barkley hasn't kicked the ball in 4 months, and he's like,
well, I suppose he needs minutes, right? But it's a weird time to do that, I thought, because we were a little bit under the cosh. It was a little bit worrying. We're in this we need to win this game, and Burnley are getting their tails up.
They scored, and it was so for the last 20 minutes or so, like with the stoppage time, we were under pressure. They were it galvanised them, you know. And I guess the saving grace is last season we chucked away points from these positions, and we managed to hold out. So I'll take it to victory. But just I guess what we're talking about, you're almost like striving for perfection. Don't make any mistakes. Kind of do it.
Take all your chances. Take all your chances. Don't make any mistakes.
Yeah. It's not football, right? But I think what is frustrating is that when you dominate games and you're comfortable, to really make it nervy and where you could drop points. Don't want to see that. Don't mind being beat, mate. Don't mind against better teams, whatever. Don't mind kind of necessarily conceding stuff if we're hanging on and grinding out results. But when you're dominating games and you're comfortable, just finish them off. Just see it out. It's
a term I hate: game management. When they talk about that, game management. I feel like they haven't said that for ages. By the way, they don't really talk about that. Everyone talks about transition and XG and all that. No one talks about game management anymore. But it's just, I don't know. It's a dying term. Anyway, and then onto this. It should be locked up for this.
Mate, look where the referee. Look what the referee's doing. How's he not seen that? We couldn't see that. But mate, he's lifted his elbow like that into his face. I hope he's all right, mate, because he was down for a while.
Emmy didn't see it coming. He's looking at the ball. He's looking down, looks up, suddenly, bang, smash in the face. If you see that in real time, it's a proper hit. This is slow-mo, and I don't know how long he's going to be out for that. I mean, it was a concussion sub when Maatsen came on then. But it was... I mean, because there's a concussion, right? He now can't play for X amount of time, right? It's
obviously we've jumped on this. I haven't even had looked at any of the news. I don't know if he's broke his cheekbone or or anything. Have a look if there's any update.
Yeah, I don't know, but it wasn't nice, was it at all? It was really, really bad.
Well, hopefully he's not out for a long time because his energy levels we've needed, and it'll be a shame if he's out for a period of time.
There's nothing I can see. He said, I saw Emery Buendia and he is recovering. He said, and he is recovering.
Well,
hopefully it's not more, but he's still getting better.
Yeah, mate. Hopefully he hasn't broke his cheekbone because that means he will be out for a while. You have to let it heal. Then he has. He can play.
And he comes back and he looks like Super Emmy. Looks like Super Emmy.
Mate, they should. What is that? Go on, mate. Try it again.
I can't. It's this way, isn't it? It's this way. Oh, mate, so much pain. It's funny. It's like it just won't. It just doesn't. I can only rotate my wrist to there, but I don't know what you can do. And this way, I can't only do that. What?
You can't.
No. And this way, it's that.
Oh wow, mate!
This is what happens when you're just doing this all day.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Yeah.
Maybe it's the drumming as well. Maybe it's the drumming. I don't know. I don't know.
James in his bedroom again, drumming.
Okay, that was terrible. God, I'm gonna scratch this from this. This is it's content.
No, what we were saying? With Buendia, like, mate, I'd ask for a Batman mask. Do you know what I mean? That's gone.
Yeah,
but no, hopefully he's all right, mate, because it was horrendous.
I like the fact that Buendia's back. It'd be a real shame if he's out for any kind of period of time and loses his spot, kind of thing. Because I just like the narrative around it. I feel like he's been with us for so long. He's unfortunately just never quite hit the heights. He had that horrific injury where he was just at the moment where it looked like he was gonna be really important.
He had a wonderful pre-season, didn't he, that year? And that was 23-24. And look, I still think the quality isn't there for Buendia for us, but like I think what he brings we need. Like yesterday, like he's too easy to get off the ball.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. But I can't fault his work rate and his energy and what he's bringing. He's got a goal in him. He's got an eye for goal. He's really good in the air as well. Like for a little
which
guy.
is mad for such a small bloke. He always seems to somehow get his head on it.
He got booked yesterday for winning a header against their centre half. He jumped, won the header. The guy clattered into him, and he got booked. And I was like, and then he gets thunderbasted in the face with an elbow, and nothing happens. Like,
there wasn't even a yellow, was there? I can't believe that.
Sometimes is terrible.
It was looked at. It was VAR checked and everything. I was like, really? Because when I saw the replay, I was like, how is nothing? That's awful. That's really bad.
Check what are they saying? It's accidental, like because
I don't know. But they also, when I was reading, they were saying also that obviously there was a challenge. I think Buendia made a challenge on him shortly before that he wasn't happy about. So some of the people look at that and then go, "Why is he?"
Bit of retribution.
There's a bit of revenge there, potentially. But you don't want to say anything bad that players are always doing that. But it does happen. But yeah, I don't know. But obviously now we've got a 2-week international break, so these players are going to, hopefully they can, keep the form up, put a performance in for their countries, come back fit. That is always my biggest worry. And hopefully against Spurs we can come out all guns again, because Spurs still look a bit ropey, even though Thomas Frank has definitely got them a bit more organised. I think at the back, they're still a bit shaky at the back.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Although, look, they're difficult fixtures, we know, because of who they are, the teams, right? But if you're looking at the current form of each of those teams, right? Man City, Liverpool, Spurs, they all look ropey at the back. Watch the Liverpool-Chelsea game, right? And on Saturday, and honestly, defensively, they were all over the place. Like,
get at them. We can't show them too much respect. Show them respect, but not too much respect. Don't just sit.
Well, you got to. I'd like to see us play like we did yesterday. Like that's where we're most effective, right? So that's about that tempo again. And can we move the ball quickly enough in between the lines? It's going to be difficult against Man City, but Rodri is injured, and if he's missing for that game, please let him be missing for that game. Please let him miss for that game. Right, we'll have some joy, because that's how we had joy last year against them, because their middle was so exposed, and that's that space that we're talking about, that pocket of space that Marlon were occupying yesterday. And you'd back us to create some chances, hopefully to Marlon and not to Watkins, because it
depends on if he plays. I just don't know. I mean, we can go over these points until the cows come home, but whether he plays.
I think my point is, what I'm annoyed is we've got to wait fucking 2 weeks for it to happen, and that's it's going to feel like an eternity.
We've got to try and work out some content to do in between that as well.
Yes, we have.
It's not like there's anything. Yeah, we've got to try and work out what we want to talk about. Like I said, I'm hoping that either later this week or next week we'll be able to get a special guest on, where we'll be able to talk a little bit about some of the new signings. But yeah, did you see? I saw a bit of clickbait, by the way, on Birmingham Mail. Jadon Sancho, and it was basically it was something about Jadon Sancho, and then it was a little quote, a couple of words. And it just said, "It's not me," in quotes. And I was sitting there going, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Has he come out something about I'm not being played? It's nothing to do with it." I think no, his TikTok got hacked, and so apparently he's been sending messages to people that aren't him. So it's not him that's been sending them. I was like, "What is this news? This isn't news. Why are you putting this kind of content on there? Come on, do better, Birmingham Mail. Do better."
Oh no, mate, it's the Birmingham Mail. They're just it's all click rage bait, and that's all it is.
Anyway, cool. That probably does us for this. Gary, do you want to any final thoughts? Your weekly final thoughts?
My weekly final thoughts are I'm just going to go over the 2-week break. I hate international football now. I want the Spurs game to be here. Because overall, I feel like we've maybe turned a corner. Do you know what I mean? And that's positive. And I really hope that these next 3 games, we can get something from them. Take 7 points. Do you know what I mean? That would imagine that.
I'll be okay. These 3
2 wins and a draw.
Yeah. These 3 games? What would you be okay with? I'd be okay with 4 points.
Yes, I was going to say that. I think Dreamland 7, right?
Yeah,
because I don't think we can win all 3. Super Dreamland, living in fantasy world, 9, right? Beat all 3 of them.
With the league.
Yeah, win the league, obviously. Dreamland 7, realistically 4. Beat one of them.
Yeah.
Draw.
Realistically, it's probably 3 in it, really, if I'm honest. But like, yeah, 4 would be nice to get a draw one of those games. As well as a win. Right, brilliant. Go on then, guys. Sing us out, mate.
Right, as always, we'll see you soon. Gonna miss you all, but we'll be back. And as always, every week we follow the boys in Claret and Blue.
Cheers.